a real good one. It's a real good one. It's a big fish.
How about that?
Delaware River walleye. I'm here with Interstate Battery Regional Rep, Rich Mummey. And this walleye. So Rich, I get these questions from time to time about caring for your batteries in the winter time. If I'm going to keep a battery over the winter to use for the spring for the next season, what is the proper way to care for it as far as keeping a charge on it or not keeping a charge?
Well, Blaine, that's a great question. First thing we want to do is, if the batteries exhibit any kind of soil or dirt on them, we want to clean those batteries up the best we can. You can actually lose current across a dirty top of a battery.
Oh, okay.
First thing we want to do is just make sure we have the top clean. We can lose current between terminals with a dirty battery, so after we clean it up, we'll take our caps, we'll pull these caps up, we'll check our water levels, we'll make sure the battery's filled up to a sufficient level with a distilled water, put our caps back on, connect our charging back up, and put that battery back to 100% state of charge. And then we're ready to store it for the winter. And we want to look for somewhere that it's not too cold, maybe a garage or a basement, and just check on those batteries occasionally during the winter to make sure they're still at that 100% state of charge. And if they do need a little bit of charge, we'll put them back to 100% that maintenance charge. And when we go to grab our batteries for the next season, we'll be ready to go fishing.
I can just charge the battery the same way I would if I was charging it, say, for springtime use, or just put it on my normal charger? It doesn't have to be a different trickle style charger or any of that stuff. You just use a normal charger?
In the case where we're talking about just keeping a maintenance charge on that battery, you can use your standard charger that you use all season long. A lot of times people will put a charger on the entire winter, and that'll actually cook some of the water out of the batteries, and we have to be careful of that.
Well, now, that's a good point. Now, with this water, in the regular interstate batteries, what am I supposed to do about the water situation? Am I supposed to add water at certain frequencies, or what's a good gauge there?
That's another good question, Blaine. A lot of batteries out there will tout what's called maintenance free.
Right.
And
right.
People will think, well, I don't have to ever...
I thought these were maintenance free for a while.
Okay.
Until I kept going through them.
And it's a great question. A lot of times people will think just because it says maintenance free doesn't mean you don't have to check on it.
Exactly.
You know, your car basically, when you fill the oil tank, it's basically meant to run maintenance free till your next oil change. Doesn't mean you don't check in between. Right. Certain things, really heavy use, really heavy charging cycles can reduce the amount of water in a battery, and then we need to top that back off. Okay. Just because a battery says maintenance free and the caps come off doesn't mean it's not maintenance free. So we can always take those caps, lift them, check. There's a little vent well that you want to fill that water up to that bottom of that vent well, put the caps back on, continue charging, and you see your batteries will last a lot longer for you.
What kind of water can I use?
We should use distilled water, anything without a real high mineral content.
Okay.
Where's the fish? That's a bass.
All right.
That's a smallie.
At the end of the day, I know I can count on my outrageously dependable interstate batteries.